Keane is set to release Under the Iron Sea in June, and the band hopes to continue their good run in the States while sticking it to their detractors. The band has been battered by fellow English groups including Kasabian, but is it because their peers are bored or just jealous of their success? Vocalist Tom Chaplin said they have a song on their forthcoming effort about the phenomenon, and the band has its theories on why bands are talking crap about them.
When bands do that, it's normally out of a sense of desperation, because they've got, if all you can do is sit around slagging other bands off, then you're clearly lacking any kind of real depth to what you're doing yourself. And the other thing I really feel, and there's a song called The Frog Prince which kind of deals with this on the record, is that people in bands and musicians and, all of us lot are really kind of like as far as I'm concerned, like a big kind of brotherhood of people who all have the same dream and the same idea, and they're all living it in whatever way they are. And as soon as you start slagging off other bands, you're really kind of undermining that, and it almost feels like you're not really being true to yourself if you start doing that. So, I mean, we've kind of got into vague little scuffles in the past with other bands, but we just can't really be bothered, If other bands want to slag us off, then they can fuck off. They're not being true to themselves, and we'll just keep making music.
Pianist Tim Rice-Oxley had his theory.
I think people are quite aware that if they read in the press that some guy in a band has started slagging off other people in a band, that you sort of think, oh, they must have a new record out then. And it's like, well, either you let the record do the talking or you try and get publicity some other way. And I think if you sort of live by the sword, you'll probably die by the sword. So but the people who are out there listening to music are gonna know. It's pretty obvious when somebody's made a great record, because everyone talks about how great a record is, and if they haven't, then they tend to talk about how they've been slagging off other people.
Keane's debut, Hopes and Fears, has sold over 5 million copies worldwide. Under the Iron Sea is set for a June 20th release.